Good morning. I clicked that button. Good morning, Kathy. That was a little bit more quicker than I thought. I was just sliding the mouse over and it clicked you. Kathy and Keza. Good morning, Keza. It's a beautiful morning, isn't it? It absolutely is. Now we're here at just before the 8 o'clock. I'm on time this morning. Sunday morning, the 10th of October, here in sunny South Australia. Well, mostly sunny. I was just looking out at the clouds as I was going through the checks, and I thought, partly cloudy, beautiful sunshine and blue sky above my own home, and probably there's still some more clouds coming. Look, weather report isn't what we're here for. We're here to actually tune into our intuition, get our psychic senses happening, and read through the cards. Have a see what the cards have got for us today. So I'm about to switch over to that scene, and here are the cards. Good morning, Michelle. Lovely to have you here too. I have got my manual method of actually putting the comments up this morning because the the automatic was a bit interesting. So what I'm using this morning is the Bluebird LENORMAND deck. It's a little bit different, as you can see. I don't use this one very often. And I thought, well, today they're choosing me to be used. But hang on, which way? Yeah, I chose them. They chose me. I had them all sitting there on my table, and I thought, no, this is the deck that I need to be using. And they wanted to do sort of a smiley, but it's not a smiley. I needed the odd numbers because that's what I like. I like odd numbers. So here we've got the 5 cards. This one is the central energy, is what I'm feeling. Oh, gosh, and I forgot to turn everything else off. Oh, God, how did I do that? Oh, left hand accidentally took a screenshot of my iPad. I haven't done that before. I'm trying to turn it off with one hand. Not easy when you haven't got the strength in the fingers. Anyway, and I'm trying to feel where the heck the button is without taking my eyes off. What we've got. Here is the central one. We're using the moon. That is the central basis of what this energy is, and these are just continuing a story throughout the day, is how I'm going to read them. So I will actually pick them up so that I can read what the actual verse is. I decided, well, this is what these cards are. This is the style that they're placed in with a verse. Now, they do go, I presume and assume, because I haven't read too many of the guidebooks or gone into too many lessons of the original meanings of what the cards mean. I just use my intuitive senses as to what it actually means for me in the moment as I'm reading them, which is still sort of true with this. But I thought, well, what I'd do is actually read the verses and we'll move with that the author of these has presented for us. So as far as that central energy of what we've got today, it's the slumbering moon when it rises near, means that great honours are bound to appear. Oh, and that'll be right. It goes out of focus. Intuition and perception soar in the night. Emotions wax and wane in the moon's light. So we do know that the moon is a very emotional, energetic, planet body in the astrological sphere. And it is a sphere. Sphere. God, that's hard to say on a Sunday morning. Sphere. I said it. The moon with its beautiful feminine energy and that softness, the intuitive side of what is that feminine, and the delving into the shadows to bring them to the light. And look how it's positioned where the sun is positioned. We'll look at that later. But what this is actually referring to is the emotions and that is at our inner depths. It's also referencing, I'll just pick it up again because I can't quite remember which section of the verse it was. It also references the slumbering moon when it rises near, means that great honour is bound to appear. So that's referencing when in those original days of when Mademoiselle Lenormand did create this as a card game divination style of reading, but it was more for a game. And what was done was called the grand tableau, which is laying all of the cards out. And if you were the female who was asking the question and this moon came up very close to the woman card, that means it's the stronger influence for the intention of that card's meaning. So that's what this is meaning. So this is the central influence for the day today. That's how I'm reading it and meaning it. So it is tapping into your intuitive senses. And
you have 2 weather capsules. Do you want to use the Weather Channel or AccuWeather?
Oh my goodness, what I must have said something in that triggered whatever my Samsung does with voice. I don't know. The other's on the charger. That's weird. So it's bringing in that is from that deeper sense. There we go, phone deeper sense. So feel the energy of that and be aware that your emotions might be a little bit on that higher level of ups and downs for you today throughout the day. And that is indicated a little by this next card, which is the cross. And here we have it, the cross in the Bluebird. LENORMAND is a cross weaves pain historically sad. A distance too close means tidings are bad. And that's referring to the distance close to the querence card. So suffering increases when the cross is near, but burdens can lift if you persevere. So in the context of this is certainly a card that's been chosen by Spirit to suggest that there are some burdens that you're actually currently going through, from what I'm interpreting from that meaning of the card that we're given here in this deck. How close is it to you? Are there situations and relationships that are giving you a bit of grief at the moment? But just sense into how, and this is where I think the moon with the healing energies are bringing things from the light, from the dark into the light, that it is going to reveal the way that you can persevere with moving through that feels like a burden, that feels like a responsibility, that feels like someone else's fault. Remember, it's always reflective of your own energy too, to a point. Oh, I don't know how to do that. So just step in faith, and this is where I feel the cross. It is almost like the leap of faith, but stepping in faith and trusting self as well, so that you do have those inner answers within of how you can be moving through your day, taking those steps that are going to lead you into solving whatever it is that's the issue with that challenge, with that burden that's there, because it is close to what our cards are this morning. It's chosen to be placed with our reading. So hi Rachel, how are you as well? I'm doing quite well this morning. I haven't checked my Healy Watch app yet to see how that's telling me I am. And Julia, good morning to you. You've been away for a week. Well, it's lovely to see you back. It really is. So we're moving to the next card, which is the letter. Let's see what that's got to tell us in the verse. Now, the letter, this surprise letter from a place remote, brings good news from a friend who wrote, "If the words portend a stormy sky, sadness will soon much intensify." So it depends on what that messaging is, because these days our letters certainly are more in the vein of either emails or texting. There's not too many who probably write the handwritten letter. It's a lovely surprise when there is a handwritten letter in the letterbox. I haven't had one for yonks. Maybe that's something we should be doing as we move through our day-to-day. Write a letter that's more uplifting to somebody instead of wondering what you're receiving in those words that we read on our Facebook scrolls, or the messages, or the texts we get to our phone, or etc. Bring into life the pen and paper again and write some beautiful words to someone that your friendship, loved one, anything that's going to be uplifting. That's what I'm feeling. There's a step that we can do, even if you're putting the words in a journal to get rid of whatever some of that burden is that's from the cross being present here, and bringing it forward more into the light again. Now we're crossing into that light side of the moon as we move from new moon to the next full moon. So, wow, Rachel. So both resonate. Waves of anger, sleep, and grief. The burden's upcoming. Inquest and hope the ex-husband gets found for lying. Statement coroner. Inquest 3.5 weeks away. Loving, heartfelt energies to you that will move through. Yes, I do remember you putting a comment for your son's death, suicide. Heartfelt to you. Okay, difficult times for you, but perseverance, and that is what you've had, isn't it? It's already speaking to you in this sense, writing down other thoughts that you need to for that. Each and every one of us has some form of what we have in burden, challenge, what we feel is negative. I don't feel that we have negatives and positives, really. It's just the feelings we have, and it's all a life experience. But certainly, as we're living through things, it is real in those emotions, and we do experience them deeply a lot of the time. Here we've got the birch rod, which is another one that I know is expected to be a negative card, but I don't see it as that. I see a stick that's a broom, basically. Birch rod, but it's a different meaning in this card. Let's see. Birch rod being strife to what should be bliss, to husband and wife all has gone amiss. Prepare for sorrows that dampen the day, begotten of quarrels that bring much dismay. So it's almost letting us know that we've got some form of disappointment coming up in the form of, the birch rod indicates trouble. I'm looking at that and I'm thinking that's a young child, and it does remind me of something that's in the biblical sense in the Bible, even, that is spoil the rod. Hang on, spare the rod, spoil the child, something like that. So it was an encouragement for people for parenting to be of the more capital punishment type, and really disciplining with those types of tools these days. It has all changed. A lot of things have changed. And what I'm changing around with this is, in the long run, what you're bearing here, what you're letting go of and trusting self with. And we are letting go of these emotions and whatever it's causing for us. And we're cleaning up the inner self. We're going to be cleaning, clearing, and doing all of that. The rod itself is almost that feeling of, they're calling it birch rod. It's almost that feeling, and I can remember the movie, what's it called? It was the Da Vinci Code, and the self-flagellation of that monk and all the rest of that type of thing. There's many ways that we can actually use a stick, a broom, a stick, and all that sort of stuff, and even being chased with a broom. That's the dogs. There's many pictures coming up in my mind. It really is our choice as to how we're using the tools that we have in our hands physically, or in our mental capacity, the mental energies and things that we can change our perception around. So I'm actually just seeing that as being a cleansing and moving through. It might be in that verse a little bit on that negative side, but push it to the positive side. Bring it forward as something that's going to benefit us through, mid-afternoon or whatever in the day. Are we looking at this as here we've got the central energy of the day and the start of the day and moving through? It's what we make of it. It's how we understand it, isn't it? So, hi, Sarah. Lovely to see you here. Interesting little filter there. Yeah, and it is. It's wow, so much meaning, the self-healing you've been doing and the physical decluttering. Yes, it's across the whole board of what is life and living our physicalness here. It doesn't just mean the physical. It really is the whole realm of who we are, including our inner soul, that's within. And here we've got the final card to read is the sun, and it was in focus. The sun is warm and brightens the day. Good luck has begun to come your way. The closer your location, you bask in sweet bliss. Energy bounds in summer's radiant kiss. Now we are coming up towards, we're middle spring here in the Southern Hemisphere or here in Australia. So it is moving towards that beautiful warm energy. And what we've got, Samara, whenever you arrive is the right and perfect time. Just means you might have to go back and watch the replay to get the start. Now that's not, there you go, got it. And thank you for sharing. So with the energy of the sun, it mentioned being close again. That's referring to the grand tableau, the way that the spread was. And I might do a sample spread of that on my hats later. So this here, it really is completing our day. So by the end of the day, we can actually feel what started as that darker energy in the shadows with the moon at the start of the day, and feeling that, burden of responsibility and all that we might have had with, is it a good letter, is it something that's positive, warming in the letter, or negative, and sad and all the rest. We're moving from that feels like it's been dark for so long, and we're cleansing it out. And here we are, it's the moonshine there. Here we've got the sun reflecting into that moon. There it is, the completion almost of a cycle for our day, that we're going to have that beautiful warm energy of the sun, that completion of the balance of the day, the start of the day, the whole of the day, to the end of the day, the whole of the night, whatever, balancing with the sun and the moon there in the same reading. I feel it really is completing something we're needing to be doing or involved in today. So hang on, let me go back to that one. So with that, whoops. And for you, that means the light at the end of the tunnel all will come right. Yes, the light is shining completely on all that is for you, and what your experience has been is the truth. And it will be brought out into full light from that shadow to the light. And even for us, because each and every one of us has our own experiences that we're living through, perfect timing for each and everything that does occur. We need to be able to learn to relax into that and to really be present in each of those moments, so we are fully experiencing them, so that we are being the best that we can be with who we are at that point in time. So, and yes, the completion of the cycle, Rachel, that's right. And, oh, goodness gracious, watching in Scotland, AirPods on, cleaning the kitchen. That's a very interesting interlude and comment to place within what we're doing here today. Thank you, Barry. I haven't got my AirPods in. Mine are sitting here at the desk because I don't need them for this show. Now, and Michelle, you're saying you love the cards, very meaningful for you too. So each and every one of us is going to have a slightly different way that we can interpret this for our own life situation. So long as it's helping you to gain some focus or understanding or whatever you need to be receiving from these cards, I wish you all the best with it, that you can continue to walk your path in being the best you. So it's why I continue doing these shows. I absolutely love doing these morning sessions, the card readings when I can, because there's not been too many, I don't think. There's not been too many I've missed out on. But anyway, I'll be back again tomorrow morning, is why I'm saying that. 8 o'clock tomorrow. If you do need any further readings, there we go. We've got the Buy Me a Coffee options. We've got the Ros Bounty, and keep your eye out for other times that I go live ad hoc, because it does happen sometimes. So thank you so much for being here. And you love it too. Oh, thank you, Myra. And thank you, Rachel. And a good evening to you, yes, because you're over there. I can't remember now. I know it's the other side. You're saying evening, so I know that. Yeah, look, my memory, sometimes it's there, sometimes it's not. We all have things that we're good at, best at or not. You know what I mean? So I'm going to leave it there. So keep an eye out. Have a beautiful, wonderful day or night, like you will be, Rachel and Barry in Scotland. So have a wonderful time. I'll be back tomorrow, and I'm just trying to think. There was something that popped in. No, I can't remember. Yeah, I knew it was UK. I knew it wasn't US. So yeah, beautiful, but I can't quite remember where. One of my goals is to have the world map there on a what do you call that? You know, the little pin board, and put the little pins in where everyone is that I have pop up in my streams. That'd be wonderful, wouldn't it? We are truly global, and we've got beautiful, beautiful technology to be able to do this. Hi, Lisa, and thank you, Myra. And you're a good night as well, so you're over that side too, somewhere. Blessings to you. You know how much I appreciate you. So namaste.